You can check out the wreck right behind me. We're on the northbound lanes, and you can see that there's actually a wrecker here ready to take that car away. Car right behind it. We're just a few feet away, and we're here visiting with the chief of the Von Ormy Police, Lionel Perez. He's been on scene here. He's going to tell us a little bit about more about what happened. So, Chief, what caused this crash?
So at some point, there was a bucket truck, a TxDOT bucket truck that was working on the median. And at some point, one of the gentlemen that was working was trying to adjust the bucket. And at that point, the whole truck tilted over and landed on a vehicle that was traveling northbound, as you can see, that black vehicle.
Yeah, were there any injuries when this came over? Was anybody in the bucket? Obviously, there was someone in the car.
Thank God that nobody was in the bucket. There was one gentleman in his 60s that was working down at the base of the light pole they were trying to replace. And so when the bucket truck fell, it nearly missed him, but he only had minor injuries. And then the two people that were in the vehicle, two females, ages in the 30s, they were transported to the hospital with minor injuries as well.
So nothing life-threatening, at least?
Right, nothing life-threatening. They should be able to recover from the wreck. It was minor injuries.
I mean, that's pretty miraculous looking at that vehicle. I mean, just coming in from the southbound lanes, and now that we're close up here, you can see just that crane crushed the front of that
Right.
car. So how lucky are we to be hearing that nobody's having life-threatening injuries?
I mean, that's what you call luck, because I believe that if that vehicle the bucket truck had not landed where it did land, and it would have landed on top of the roof of the vehicle, we'd be looking at a totally different situation right now.
So that's a matter of inches, matter of milliseconds when it's coming down on a speeding car.
With the vehicle traveling northbound at its speed, and then at the rate that the bucket truck fell, I mean, for it to land right where it landed, that's God being on their side.
No kidding. All right, so right now it looks like there's still kind of, it's still pretty blocked off here. We've noticed that northbound traffic's being diverted onto the access road.
Right.
About how long do you expect this area to be closed off for?
I would say, I know right now the Chacon Towing is working on getting assistance from another tow truck company to possibly get the beam cut off. So that might delay a little bit longer. But if they're able to work on it, maybe an hour or two.
Any indication on what caused the truck to tip? I mean, raising and lowering the bucket, it shouldn't be tipping over at that point, right? Was something not set properly? Is there any indication of why it fell over?
We're still working on that at this point, trying to gather more information. I know the officers that are doing the investigation didn't get a chance to really talk to the people that were from TxDOT. But other than that, there's really no other indication showing why exactly that happened. I've heard of it happening before, but in this incident, I'm not too sure on it yet.
Was it not? So I see that there's a bit of a dip on that median between the southbound and northbound lanes, and that's where they were set up on the grassy area, or were they set up on the tar?
They were on the grassy area. Right.
So it seems like there's kind of it's uneven at that point. Was it just set up at too much of an angle, or still trying to determine?
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, you can see the placement on it from where it tilted. I'm not too sure how much of the angle played into it, but it was on the grassy median where it is kind of tilted.
All right, but at this point, you're not looking at this as a criminal case. It's just an accident.
No, it's just an accident. There's no criminal case pending, or we're not looking at any criminal nature or anything like that.
All right, well, thank you so much, Chief Perez. I want to take you closer. We're going to get a little bit closer, more of an angle on where that crash is. Do you mind if we go by here, Chief? Here, we're going to come around this other end of the truck here so you can kind of see even up close just how much they got lucky. That is an enormous crane, that boom coming down right on top of that black car. It's hitting the engine block. It looks like it stopped right before the passenger compartment. As you just heard the chief say, it is miraculous that they walked away, or at least were taken away with just minor injuries at this point. We're going to bring you the latest as we continue to cover this crash. But for now, live on the southwest side, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.